So the other day, they put out a new Star Wars trailer, and I thought it was really funny because when it came out, I know a lot of people that didn't watch it because they didn't want to see anything full of spoilers before the movie came out since we're so close and all that stuff. Not that it was necessarily going to be full of spoilers, but we made it this far without really knowing kind of what's happening in the new movie. So to make it this far and watch something like that, some people didn't think it made sense, which I totally get. I like going into those movies totally cold. But it made me laugh because I did watch the trailer. It couldn't have been, to me, less clear what is really going on in the movie. I mean, we have some little beats, but by and large, we really don't know exactly what we're going to see. We don't really have any idea about any of the arcs or any of the sequences that'll be in it. I guess we can assume some, but the trailer didn't really give much more away than anything we would have ever assumed about it. I actually thought they did a good job both with this movie and the last Star Wars movie that came out. Force Awakens, not Rogue One. But anyway, it made me laugh because it reminded me of back when, it got me reminiscing, I should say, about when the prequels came out over a decade ago, well, even further than that, from 99 to 2005. It made me remember how much we knew about those movies before they came out. I mean, right now, we're in a time where they keep pumping out these Star Wars movies, but we still kind of don't know what's happening in them. We have general ideas, but not really prior to them coming out do we know any of the big set pieces or the big, any of the action sequences that you're actually going to see in it. Something as specific as that, we already knew all those when we went into the prequels. It was the weirdest thing. I think back to being in line for Revenge of the Sith in 2005. It was like midnight, and I remember people in line talking like amongst themselves, just like, yeah, I heard the fight between Mace Windu and Palpatine spans like 5 rooms. I heard that when Yoda fights Palpatine, and oh man, I hear that's like one of the most effects heavy shots ever. And even back when Attack of the Clones came out, it was just like, yeah. I'm pretty, when Anakin uses both lightsabers against Count Dooku, I guess that's supposed to be the first time someone's used 2 lightsabers. It was just like all these discussions. We already knew Yoda was going to like do combat in that one, and we knew it's one thing to know overarching plot arcs and stuff like that, but we knew the specific sequences. We knew going in what these giant set pieces were going to be. We knew about Darth Maul before we even knew who Darth Maul was. And it just cracks me up. Like, we knew the whole movie before going in. Now, of course, there's some things you're going to know more about prequels because they're inherently, prequels. So you're going to know where certain characters end up. But that's not even what I'm talking about. We knew entire scenes before the prequels even came out. Every single one of those movies, I could have told you every scene in the order they were going to happen. And I wasn't reading internet spoilers or anything like that. I feel like it was the marketing that did that. You would just look at the toys on the shelf or some of the previews on TV and stuff like that, and they would show you this stuff, and it was all just part of the discussion. I remember there was a MTV episode 1 premiere special where they talked to like Korn. They were about to go see episode 1, and they talked about like Darth Maul is sick, man, double-sided lightsaber. Like, we knew all the characters and their motivations and what they were going to be doing, and all, like I said, all these big set pieces. It's like we knew every one of them before it came out, and I'm curious why that's different. Were we more accepting of knowing that stuff before? Or is it, what I'm thinking is it might be internet culture, social media culture now, where we all kind of band together and go, we don't want that bullshit. We want to go in unspoiled. What is it? Because, man, what a different experience. That people now are putting their guards up about these kind of vague shots of things, whereas a little over a decade ago, you would have known every one of those scenes and every one of those characters before it came out. It's really weird. Why were the prequels like that? Why did they feel comfortable telling us every single moment before we saw it? Maybe nobody cared back then. Oh, shit.